Welcome to the channel, folks. Out and about at the Oadby MotorFest, among the polished classics, sports cars, bikes and the bustle of the parade, one group brings more than horsepower to the day. Sporting Bears Motor Club, known affectionately as the Bears, this volunteer-run motor club raises money for UK children's charities by offering passenger dream rides in members' classic, sports and supercars. With Oadby town centre close to traffic, the streets become a showcase for car clubs, enthusiasts, local traders and families. The Bears support the organisers and raise donations for charities connected to the event. A dream ride is simple but memorable. Visitors make a donation, choose from an eye-catching lineup and head out as a passenger for a short drive in something special, perhaps a classic, a muscle car or a modern supercar. The attraction is the noise, the design and the thrill. The purpose is the money raised for children's charities.
Never be able to get out of it.
We're a group of car owners who use our cars to raise money for charities. So effectively, we're really a club. So we have a range of cars here, about 8 or 9 cars today, and we're taking people out for a 10-mile ride. And then we give all the money to the Adapt Prem Baby charity, who are the people on the stand next door to us. We make sure they're always UK based and they're always children's charities, and we make sure that they're proper charities. Yeah, they're not that there's some chief exec raising a lot of money, taking a big salary. And we try and support local charities wherever possible. Hence we have Adapt Prem Babies here today.
Support families with premature and poorly babies, and we're here today raising money for our charity. We don't get any funding from anybody else. We have to raise all our own money. Sporting Bears are helping us as well, and money they get, they give to us.
That's great, fantastic, yeah. So you're doing well today?
We are, we've done really well, yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, people are really pleased. Right, where? It's on the right hand.
MotorFest 2026 transformed the parade into a celebration of motoring heritage and community spirit. From classic cars and sports machines to bikes, heritage buses and family crowds. The town centre came alive with the sound, colour and character of local motoring culture. It was a free day out for visitors, a social gathering for enthusiasts and a chance for Oadby's shops and streets to share in the atmosphere.
Do you want the yellow one or the red one? The red one. He's the lowest fan. I can tell. Okay. It's a big project called STEM racing. It used to be called F1 in schools, and it's literally inspiring the next generation to do STEM related subjects. So I'm an engineer by profession. Currently a manager at a college. So yeah, so this is our 3rd year. We're here, yeah, this is our 3rd year. We always come every year, and we're also going to be here at the Oadby Food Festival. All right, so here we go, young man. So we're going to put the canisters in here. That's my engine bay. All right, and then you hold on to the red button for me, please.
Punch the red button.
No, that's it. Oh, did you press it? Now he did. It's a bit slower than I thought. Okay, not bad. 4 points. Now touch it. What?
Yeah, back.
This is it's not running right at the minute. 3,000 revs upwards, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like
An engine.
and then run out and you got an auto tune. You can't afford for it to come in like that. It's bad enough. I've had it for about 21 years, something like that. It was originally had a 2-litre Sierra engine in it. It's now got a 1.8 MX-5 Mazda engine in it, running about 211 brake with the Mazda 6-speed box. You know, grumbling along, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's 30 August now.
It's a 2007 Dodge Charger 5.7 V8, a genuine American police car. This one's actually from North Providence Police Department in the States, but it's done in the livery of Gallatin, Tennessee.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
How long have you had it?
About a year.
Oh, right, not long then. Yeah, it's lovely.
Thank you.
Hello.
Can you tell me all about your vehicle then, please, Ron?
Well, it's the 1986 Bentley Turbo R in vermilion red with parchment leather upholstery and cherry red lamb's wool rugs. It's got a 6.75 litre turbo V8 and a 3-speed torque converter, General Motors gearbox. It's all standard, as it was when it was new.
Right.
And so it's 40 years old now, so from April 2027 it'll be tax exempt.
All right.
It's already MOT exempt, except it has got one till April.
How long have you had it?
I bought it nearly 4 years ago. It was in September, and it's August now, so it's nearly.
Yeah, nearly 4 years. Yeah.
He said she'll get you on in a second, okay? Stay there.
Well, that's to stop your hair play. GT40 there, GT4. And as I was driving up the road to Try and get the.
Multi-NS red label, 1 of 1, special order with a black veneer. Normally they have bare wood, things like that. But this was it belonged to an oil tycoon prior to me.
All right. And you use it for weddings, do you?
I use it for weddings, pleasure,
Yeah.
proms, birthdays, any special occasion.
Lovely. Yeah, it's a lovely car. Among the more characterful military exhibits at Oadby MotorFest is UCG 71, a wartime-style light utility vehicle that speaks to a different side of motoring history. Unlike the polished sports cars and gleaming classics around it, this is a vehicle built for practicality, compact, sturdy, and designed to serve rather than impress. Representing 64 Field Office 42 KF61 brings another layer of military motoring history to Oadby MotorFest. At a community event filled with classics, sports cars, heritage buses, and charity rides, a vehicle like this gives the film a quieter, more reflective note. It speaks of utility rather than glamour, the movement of personnel, equipment and messages, the practical side of service life, and the careful work of preservation that allows these machines to be seen by a new generation. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Are you doing some repairs, huh?
No, I put the wrong set of spark plugs in on the way here and it's running a bit wrong.
Oh dear.
So I'm putting it back to the other set of plugs I was on before. Which is, well, it's all fixable on an old car, isn't it? So.
Yeah, can you tell me about your vehicle, huh?
So it's a 1969 Triumph Herald 1200. I pulled it out of a barn in, where was it, Pontypridd last October. And we got it running, dated it for a while until the engine felt a bit unhappy. And since then we've done 2 rebuilds and daily every day 120 miles. So 3,000 or 4,000 miles deep, still a lot of fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
Use it as a bandwagon as well, so get the band in, drums on the roof.
Really?
Stuff.
What band is it?
Coda, so our name is on the back of the car, so we were going to get big labels for the side of the car, but we thought...
That's great.
Yeah, and the more important car here is my mate's 1300 front wheel drive. That's extremely rare nowadays.
Is it?
5 known in the UK, I believe.
Is that really?
So that's...
Can you tell me about your vehicle then, please?
1946 Morris 8 Series E, and I've had it for 40 years.
Have you really?
Yeah, rebuilt it and we bought it and run it ever since.
Yeah. So do you just go on shows or do you use it normally?
Bit of running round, shows mainly.
Yeah.
So it's just polished for you.
Let's say, have you got a scratch?
Yeah. I've got a little one there.
The other one's got one on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one on the side as well, unfortunately. But I was standing there and I could see all the polish in there, and it was just. Well, it's a 1962 Ford Thunderbird. It's got a 6.7 V8 engine in it.
Right.
As standard, it was 390 cubic inch, but when I had it restored, I didn't restore the engine, and then found the engine got a bit of piston slop on it. So we had the engine out, and I restored. And instead of getting a new block, which we could have done from the States, we bored this one out. So instead of being 390, it's now 420 cubic inch.
All right.
And we put racing pistons and cams, a needle block head on it, straight through exhaust. So in a straight line, this goes like you wouldn't believe, but it won't stop and it won't go around corners. But it was, my father had one brand new.
Yeah.
And they only brought 8 of these into the country in 1962. A lot more since then have been imported. This was an import from California. And so my dad had it, had one. Well, he bought it. He owned my dad. If you notice on the number plate, it says Stedingett Garage. My father owned Stedingett Garage.
All right.
It's MBMC, and he used to supply cars to his best mate, a fellow named Derek Flood, who owned H. Flood Company that made Pretty Polly tights in Hinckley.
All right.
And so Derek ordered one of these through my dad. When he part exchanges for a Rolls Royce 4 years later, my dad kept it for 4 years. Then my uncle had it. And then we lost track of it, and I thought this was my dad's, but it wasn't. And I found it in a barn in Derbyshire in 2000. The man wouldn't sell it initially. It took me 7 years to buy it. And then there was 13 years in the restoration of the body and the interior, and that cost 75,000. And then I said I spent another 13,000 on the engine. In the 60s, if they didn't have a big boot, they couldn't sell them. Because if you couldn't get 3 bodies in it, they didn't want to know. But there's the interior. This one had all the extras, so the radio was extra, it's the original. This one's got air conditioning, it's got the electric seats and the electric windows.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The big feature of them, which came out on this model, was they had what they call a swing-away steering wheel. And do you know why? It let the fat Americans in. So they could get in, get the tummies in, and then bring the sound back.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Not at all. My pleasure.
Tell me about your vehicle then, friend.
Yes, I purchased it in lockdown. Absolute scrap. And rebuilt it in 11 months, start to finish. Pontiac Parisian, right-hand drive, built in Canada. Some went across to South Africa, some went to Australia. I think 2 or 3 ended up in the UK. I rebuilt this one. I'm not too sure. Like I said, completely built it.
Did you do it all yourself? Huh?
I did it all myself and a friend of mine.
All right.
We turned it around in 11 months, start to finish.
That's brilliant.
All from home, painted. Had it retrimmed. Yes, I use it, and that's what it's there for. Not to look at. So,
oh, that's great.
Thank you very much.
It's a lovely car. Thank you.
Thank you.
More than just a car show, Oadby MotorFest 2026 was a meeting point of nostalgia, performance, and local pride.